Welcome to episode 5. Doing a few things in this episode. One very experimental smoked pasta salad. We're going to parboil elbow macaroni for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to make a little makeshift smoking pan for the pasta. We're going to smoke it and then toss it with a classic creamy, tangy pasta salad dressing and see if we can get some of that smoke flavor to come through. Also going to smoke some tofu for Brittany. For the first time, we're going to get that marinated and then try smoking it. But the piece de resistance today is our tri-tip. And we're going to take it on for the first time brisket style. As you can see, I already have this beautiful rub on. I actually used what was left over from the when I did the whole chicken in episode 2. That leftover rub I've put on this. So I don't want to go for a classic brisket flavor. I want to kind of have its own flavor profile. It's got some coffee rub and some brown sugar and chili powder and cumin, black pepper, plenty of salt. So we're going to smoke this today, brisket style. It's probably 2 hours at 250 until it comes up to 160, and then we'll wrap it and finish it off in the smoker while throwing some other things on in the meantime. So very excited to see what happens today. We're also using a new wood today. We're using pecan blocks. So I have the smoker, the charcoal's getting started outside. And we'll get this bad baby on in no time. All right, most of that white smoke is burned off, so before I even add the brisket, I'm gonna smoke this pasta for about 5 minutes or so. I pulled the pasta from the smoker after about 10 minutes. Still needs to be cooked a little more, but I didn't want it to take on any more smoke flavor. So we're gonna drop it back in the boiling water for another few minutes. I really like this recipe. You overcook, or you cook it past like doneness until the pasta gets on the softer side, and then you let it air out, and you add apple cider vinegar straight to the pasta. So I'll show you that step next. The tri-tip has landed. Again, we got pecan in here. I think I got the probe in the thickest part of the tri-tip. We're gonna let this go for about 2 hours until we clock that 160 internal. So here's the step. We have the apple cider vinegar. Use just under a quarter pound or a quarter cup. We're gonna drizzle that in and then mix it all up. This gives the pasta just a wonderful sort of tangy core that I think is going to mesh well with the smoke flavor that hopefully is still intact after boiling it some more. But yeah, we'll take this off the heat and let it cool down before we add it to our creamy, our creamy base. So this is a little bit of sour cream, mayo, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco. And then we'll add some Vidalia onion and celery and scallion. And we'll have a pasta salad. I've been watching this crazy brawl between the Michigan Wolverines and Ohio State Buckeyes after the game. Michigan upset them, and then they tried to plant their Michigan flag in the center of Ohio's field. So now they've been like brawling for a minute. Pretty intense.
Pleasant surprise.
I've been nonverbal shopping at Sephora sale.
Fun.
That's gonna be in the YouTube.
I still need to get my
Cause it's time to pull the
It's on
tri-tip.
Oh my god, I need to get
Let's see it.
I need to get it.
That's gonna be in the
That's like-
background. I was talking
Oh,
about the
Yeah.
mama.
Oh.
Look at that. Just in time for the timer to go off.
That is-
It's going in. There it is. That's meat right there. Here we are, all wrapped up. Got the Texas crutch, double wrapped. Fat cap now is on the upside. I don't think I mentioned that, but I never took the fat cap off. Originally it was towards the bottom. Now it's up top to sort of baste everything. And the challenge for me will be getting the probe in, trying to get it roughly halfway in. so that we can clock this bad boy up to 200. Also add a little more charcoal, and I'm hoping that the white smoke, I don't think the white smoke really matters now that this is pretty much airtight in here, but probably going to take another 2 hours to go from 160 to 200. Let's strap in and find out. Here's our marinated tofu about 8 hours later. It soaked up a fair bit of that marinade. About to drop it on the smoker. And we're about 5 degrees away from 200 on the brisket tri-tip. Here is the brisket. We pulled it at 201 degrees. We've been snacking on the pasta salad, which came out really good. Probably a keeper of a recipe. Subtle smoke mixed with the apple cider twang. Jake, what's your review of the macaroni salad?
Oh, the salad was really good.
Great. Action. It's been about a 30-minute rest on the tri-tip brisket style. Let's unwrap it and see what it looks like here. I did a double wrap on the tinfoil job, and as you can see, a little tiny leak came through there. So it looks like that's a good thing we did that. Again, we finished it off. Oh, it smells good. With the fat cap on top, and here are all the drippings too. So we're gonna transfer the meat, and then maybe save some of those yummy jus drippings for. Oh yeah, that's nice and hot still. All right, end scene. If I remember correctly, the grain runs this way and that way. So we're gonna start from this end, cut our way up a little bit so that everybody has a bite. Kind of looks briskety. Looks kind of briskety.
Looks beautiful.
All right, let's start there. But yeah, we have that. All right, I'm gonna give it a taste. Something called a finger bend test. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if it's like and subscribe. I don't know if it's passing that, but all right, let's dig in and try a taste here. Here's our meat. Squishing it, kind of juicy.
It's good. It's good?
It's super tender. Yeah, it's really super tender. Jake, you're doing a great job filming.
That's what I was born to do.
Yeah, try it. It's good. It's good tender meat.
No, that's good. Wow.
I got a wow out of Jake. All right.
This looks strange video. Like and subscribe.
Oh my god, I have dog hair all, like, literally all over. Like, it's like...
Don't get that piece. That you want
That was
like a
the
nice
good
inner
one.
piece. All right. Well, I'll let you guys be the judge here. I think we have a decent smoke ring. It looks pretty tender. We got the black pepper and coffee, brown sugar rub on there. Tastes like meat. Good meat.
What do you want?
All right, we have Brittany's review of the smoked tofu going in. No, actually, tell us what you think.
Oh, it's so good. It tastes, I can taste the smokiness. It's great.
All right, now say, tastes like meat. That's good.
Tastes like meat. That's looks like some good, rare meat. Except
No,
for
just
like,
with the-
I think we watched like one together.
All right, so let me show you some action on this tri-tip here. As you can see, it's it can do this. Kind of looks like brisket, right? Like you can kind of pull it apart. You know, it pulls apart very easily. Stop zooming in so close. But yeah, it's tender. I mean, it's falling apart. I can just kind of pull it apart like that. And we're just dipping it in the jus. We're just dipping it in the jus and sending it off. It's good though.
Why are you filming like that?
What's it taste like, Andrew?
Super beefy.
What's it taste like?
Brown
Andrew?
sugar beef.
Andrew, what does it taste like?
Go for it.
Tastes like meat. Good meat.
Thank you.
It tastes.
Just wanted to show you guys the finger bend test here. We have our fat cap beautifully rendered. The bark on this side. And that's the finger bend right there. Like a bird, meat bird. Okay. Okay. End scene. Stop. This is, oh. Oh yeah. Alright, with all the silliness aside, I wanted to give this tri-tip brisket style my final thoughts and takeaways. This is what we have left. Here's my hand for scale. We started with a 4-pound tri-tip choice grade brisket that was on sale at King Soopers. And we ate a good bit of it after it cooked in the smoker for a little over 6 hours, I'd say. I learned quite a bit. And overall, it tasted delicious, especially dipped in the jus. Super tender. Definitely reminiscent of brisket. I'd say a solid smoke ring. The bark and seasoning was a bit much. We started with that brown sugar, coffee, cumin, chili powder. I'll put the recipe in the description, but it was a bit much considering how beefy and flavorful the meat was to begin with. But I also learned a lot in terms of cooking or smoking a piece of meat for that long. I had to add more charcoal at that sort of midway point between the initial smoke and then wrapping it, because it kind of stalled out around that 150, 160 mark after I pulled it. And so did it was having trouble getting above like 250. So I added more charcoal, almost like filled the little hopper on the inside of the smoker all the way back up. And I figured the white smoke coming off the new charcoal wouldn't really matter since it was already wrapped at this point. And I don't think that impacted the flavor at all. So yeah, I learned a lot. I learned it takes a lot longer than you think. You know, I was hoping this would be done around 5 o'clock, and by the time it rested, it was probably 6:45. But overall, quite happy with how it came out. I'll definitely do it again in the future if I see tri-tip on sale. I'd also like to compare it to like the classic, just, you know, cook it up to like 130 or whatever and then sear it. So I might try that next. But in terms of, you know, a cut of beef that can get you pretty close to brisket, I definitely subscribe to this tri-tip brisket style method.